Gavin Zach Castine inside the North Country Golf Club on Thursday, May 24th, 2018, and a whole lot of kids are playing hooky today. They're here golfing, and we're going to find out why. We're going to talk to this fellow who's here representing the Westport squad. What's your name, young man?
My name's Keith Lobdell.
Keith Lobdell. I thought you were a reporter, but you're coaching today.
Sometimes, yeah. So, no, looking forward to it. We've got two golfers here from Westport, so we're hoping to have a good day with those two. And, the rest of the section's golfers, it should be a good couple days of golf.
All right, this is the Section 7 Championship, and they'll be golfing today. Then some will be coming back tomorrow. Who's coming back tomorrow?
Obviously, we don't know for sure yet. I think.
What do you have to do to come back tomorrow?
To come back, you have to be, I believe I heard, top 25 in ties. They'll take a third of the field back. If you're looking at some of the favorites, you're looking at Joe Stahl from Mariah, a former Section 7 champ. You've got Drew Majorca from Lake Placid, who's was a state qualifier last year. As far as the MVAC, you're looking at Paul Fine-Lease of Willsboro, Jake Ledoux of Crown Point, and Blake Libery of Westport.
I guess I'm talking to the right guy here. Being a reporter for the Sun newspaper helps you to know all this stuff, because you're not the regular coach, are you, Keith?
No, this team is coached by Brad Rasco.
And, we call him Bad Brad up here.
Yes, bad Brad Rasco, and of course we wish him the best. He's retiring at the end of the season, and it's been a great. I mean, I had him as a coach, and now to work with him has been excellent. So we wish him the best into retirement. But yeah, no, it's been a good year for the two boys. We're bringing Blake and my son Lawrence Lobdell, so we're hoping for good things out of them today, and that they'll be competitive with this big field of CVAC schools.
Oh, so you got a rooting interest here besides being the coach.
Yeah, I guess so. Just hope they both do their best. So yeah, one more of a personal interest in, but.
Now, is this the fellow I saw singing at Clinton a year or so ago, the Hamilton story, the Hamilton
yes,
song?
Yep. Yeah, he is.
So you got a lot of good singers in your family.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not sure where they got it from, but it's. I guess they've got one of those tools that I didn't maybe, but no, they do great, and we're really proud of all three of our kids. So.
Okay, we got a sheet here. What's happening on this sheet here?
All right. So this sheet's the tee times. So there's 19 groups going off today, and pretty much most teams brought 6. Other teams brought the kids they felt could qualify, and so the ones that brought 6 will vie for the sectional title, and their 6 scores combined, lowest out of that will be the sectional champ.
Okay, unlike most sports, you're trying to get a low score today.
Yes, you're trying to, and as a golfer, that sometimes doesn't happen. But I think this is a group of kids that can shoot low. This course has some challenges. We'll see how they play it. I mean, they've got to watch, the break or sometimes lack thereof on the greens, and just keep the ball in play.
I'll let you go. Looks like Matt Fredette's ready to get this on the road.
Probably.
Coaches meeting coming up. Thanks, Keith. Taking time. Keith Lobdell.
All right. Do I have all the markers here today?
Our hope is to return later this afternoon, and the results will be up here on this huge scoreboard. The coaches meeting is just getting underway. 9 o'clock tee off. We've got to head for Northern Adirondack. It's their annual FFA Ag Fair, Agricultural Fair at Northern Adirondack. From there we'll be heading to, that Ag Fair is going to start in about 20 minutes, so we won't be there for the actual start, but we'll be there soon enough. And this afternoon we got a 3rd grade performance at Shazy Central Rural School. Following that, we'll come back here to pick up on the results, and hopefully come back again tomorrow for the next round of this sectional championship. And this evening we're heading for Malone for a dance recital. So it's a full day for Hometown Cable. and looks like it's going to be sunny by the time this is all over. It's a little overcast right now. Temperature about 60 degrees, but it's supposed to warm up to about 70. So it's going to be, all in all, I think a fine day for golfing here at the North Country Golf Club. Well, I didn't make it back on the 24th, so a lot of things have been decided since I've been here. It's just a moment or two before 9 a.m. on the 25th, and the CVAC champion has been decided, and we're getting ready now to finish up the sectional part of all this, and we thought we'd talk to somebody who might know what this is all about. What's your name, young fellow?
Bart Van Leuven.
All right. You're not the ranger here. What's your title?
President of the North Country Golf Club.
And we're back here. This is, you know how long it's been, Bart, since North Country Golf Club has hosted this?
I believe it was 86 or 87. It was Mike Zerlo that was the champion that year, I believe.
Okay, I was here with John Zerlo, and I just ran into Ernie Lapine the other day, and we were talking about that. I didn't think it had been that long. I thought maybe they had something since then, but so that was...
It's been that long, and for the last few years it's been rotating between two golf courses, but the Section 7 has put it on a rotation now, so I believe there's 5 golf courses, so it'll be another 4 years before we get to host it again.
Oh, okay, good. So that's be a
been good for the
regular
club.
thing. Yeah, certainly. And it's right about 70 degrees here at 9 o'clock. You can't ask for much better weather than this, can you?
No, it's supposed to be 85 and humid, and the wind is supposed to blow about 20 miles an hour, so the kids are going to have a tough test today.
All right, do you know how many kids or golfers were here yesterday?
I believe there were 76, and the top 25 and ties are here for the second day, which the top 9 and 1 alternate will qualify for the state tournament. So there's 26 kids teeing off this morning.
Okay, now the CVAC title was decided yesterday. So is that the sectional title too? Will that team go on automatically?
No, I believe it's just individuals that go to the state.
Okay, so Lake Placid won the title,
Yes.
beat the Cougars, I think, by 12 strokes. I
Yes.
saw in today's paper.
Yes. And so today there's 26 golfers vying for 9 spots with 1 alternate to go to the states, which I believe is at Cornell University.
Okay, so it's all individuals, so they represent the whole section
Their
when they
team
go
in
there.
their section, yes.
All right, so what was what the best score was yesterday? I think
Best score yesterday was a 70 by Joey Stahl from Mariah. Drew Majorca from Lake Placid had a 76. Paul Fine-Lease from Willsboro, I believe, had a 78. And Northeastern Clinton's Anthony Barcombe had an 80 with a career low for him, and he also had a hole-in-one on the 14th hole yesterday.
all right. So he,
Yeah.
how many hole-in-ones have you had?
None. 30 years, none.
Were you a little jealous when you heard about that?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was awesome. I didn't witness it. I was on the other part of the golf course, but everybody congratulated when we came in on 18th hole yesterday, so that was nice.
I can imagine. Yeah, it's not quite like bowling a perfect game in bowling, but it's pretty darn close.
Very close. Actually, I would bet that there's more 300 bowling games than there are hole-in-ones.
With the way the bowling alleys are now, I think you're probably right.
Yep.
All right, so you have the list of the 26. You said in ties. That means if somebody was tied for 24th, then the 25th, 26th.
Yeah, so there was
That's
25 getting in. There ends up there's 26. So,
because of a tie.
Yep.
They don't do rock, paper, scissors to eliminate them.
No. So Northeastern Clinton has 4 players in there. So you have Anthony Barcombe, Ben Lloyd, Noah Dupe, and Chase Laterno. Lake Placid has 3. So they have Drew Majorca, Hunter Wilmot, and Lars Kroos. Willsboro has 2 in. They have Trevor Bigelow and Paul Fine-Lease. Plattsburgh has 3 in. They have Alex Neifel, Colin Wells, Kyle Snide. Seton Catholic has John Glover. Peru has Brendan Canoza and Nick Hamill. Saranac has Donovan Hack and Nick Hamill. see if I'm missing anybody here. Seton Catholic has one in, John Glover. And Beekmantown has 2 in. They got Evan Dyke and Dalton Kane. So I don't think I missed anybody there. Saranac Lake has Zach Churko. And I believe that's it.
All right, when I think of golf, I think of foursomes. How do they go out today?
Because of the odd number of players, the first 2 groups are going to be threesomes, and then the last 5 groups are foursomes, with the leaders going off last at 10 o'clock.
Okay, so between 9 and 10, everybody will be teeing off here.
Yes.
They'll play 18 today?
18 holes today. I'm not familiar with what they would do if there should be a tie after 18. I don't know if there's a tiebreaker, or I'm not quite sure how that works.
Yeah, well, we may or may not have to find out. Now, do they count yesterday's scores as part of
Yes.
overall?
It's a
So
two-day total, I believe.
So it's what you got yesterday counts.
Yeah.
So how far, do you have the scores there?
I do not have the scores here.
just
but,
wondering what,
70 was the low score, and the cut was 94. So
So 24
yes.
stroke difference between the top and
the leader shot 2 under yesterday. The golf course is a little bit tougher setup today. The temperature is going to be warmer, but the wind is going to be blowing, supposed to be 20 miles an hour from the southwest, which is actually the worst type of wind to have here. It makes the golf course the hardest. The greens are firm. They've been double mowed and then rolled this morning, so they're going to be firm, but they're going to be fast. So with the wind, the kids could end up in some difficult situations if they're not on their game today.
do most of the holes run east-west?
Yeah, most of the holes run east-west. There's 2 that run north and south, and 2 that run. One runs north. One runs southeast to northwest, and one runs northwest to southeast. So other than that, it's pretty much going to be, especially on the way in, on the front 9 and the way in on the back 9. So finishing on both 9s, it's going to be in the player's face and coming from the left, which puts all the hazards that are on the right side in play.
Okay.
Specifically the road on the front 9.
Okay. Of course, the wind does shift direction sometimes.
Yes,
So.
it will be tricky.
Okay. Anything else, Bart, that we should know about? It's a beautiful day.
No, just that the golf course is in the best shape that I've seen it in 30 years. So if anybody's interested in coming to play, we appreciate anybody and everybody coming to give the course a test.
Okay. How's your membership numbers right now?
We're gradually increasing, but we're always looking for new members, and we feel that we have one of the best membership opportunities in the North Country, along with the facilities and the golf course.
And Sandy's on the Green is running the golf course
They're back
snack
in-
bar again? Or
Yes,
restaurant,
they're
or
running the
whatever it's
restaurant, and they're running the snack shack, which is available after 9 holes, and they're doing an excellent job.
called. All right. I'm talking to Bart Van Leuven, the CEO here. That's your title, CEO?
No, just president.
Just president.
Just president.
Of the North Country Golf Club. Thanks, Bart, and we will probably find out when the first ones will be coming in, and we'll come back later this afternoon sometime.
It'd be great if you told us through 17 and then we could put the whole score out. You know
Yeah.
what they got here, but that's okay.
Yeah, we are back, and it's about 4 minutes before 1, and just about the time that Bart Van Leuven told me they would be arriving here, he was pretty darn accurate. So, being the president of the North Country Golf Club, I guess you should know the lay of the field, and also the local golf club champion, Bart. He's got himself a special parking spot out there. But he's busy out there, working, checking, making sure everybody can find the balls they might have hit in the rough or whatever. So we've called on the first guy we called on yesterday, Mr. Keith Lobdell. And Keith, you were here all day yesterday, and not only as a coach, but also reporting for the Sun Community newspapers. So you know as much as anybody what's going on here. These guys are Some of them are pretty close to the green at this moment, so I'll let you take it away here, Keith.
All right, thank you. Glad to be back. Hello, acquaintances. Can't really say hello, friends. That's kind of Jim Nance's thing. But yeah, day 2. This is the top 25 golfers with ties. As we just had a shot through the tree, I can't make out who had shot that. I believe that's going to be Chase Letourneau out of Northeastern Clinton. Brought it up onto the fringe. Now we've got to the right, about 40 yards, Reagan Arnold. He's going to try to get it over the, does get it over the trap and snuggles it in on the lower level. The 18th hole is a 2-tier green, so this group, the third player is Alex Neifel. He's right on the edge.
Now, we were told that the walkie-talkie would be giving us an update here, but I don't hear any updates on what their scores were after the 16th hole.
Not as of yet. We'll try to get Rusty on the here in a little bit. These were the first group out of the day. Letourneau and Neifel had shot 94, and Reagan was a 93 the day before, as Letourneau gets right up next to the hole on the upper level. That's going to be a good shot, a good chance to put that one in. It's going to be hard. Oh, he did get it up the hill. Greens are fast today. So with this group, Reagan Arnold came through 9 with a score of 145, while Chase and Alex Neifel both had a 144. Through the first 9, they take combined score of both days. So, and out of that, they'll take the top 9 as the Section 7 state team, and the 10th player will be an alternate.
So, like Placid who won yesterday, that doesn't mean a thing as far as going to the states. It's just that's just a section champion, just a CVAC champion, and then.
Yeah, it is the sectional champion.
Will they go to the states as a team, or just take individuals?
They'll just take individuals as Arnold misses the putt to the near side for him. It's not like in cross country they take the 6 members of the team and then or 7 members of the team and then 5 as Arnold hits and 5 alternates. But this is just purely the top 11 golfers from Section 7. These guys are probably a little far out of range to accomplish that. But getting to day 2, that's something that every golfer wants to do. And then improve from there, as it looks like Neifel's going to finish out with 2 putts. Letourneau should have a pretty good looking putt here. Should be straight, may break a little bit to the left. It did break a little bit to the left. But he'll put that one in, and that is the first group to finish up as they shake hands, and we'll get our first scores of the day. Looks right now like we're vacant on the 17th hole and 18th tee, so group 2 will be coming along shortly. In fact, I'll bet through the miracle of
very quickly
right there, yeah.
And yes, through the magic of television, we are back almost immediately, but it's 1:31, so it's been a while for this next group came in. And before I forget, I want to point out to people who've never been up here to the North Country Golf Course, the water tower you see in the background, that's in Rouse's Point. The eastern part of the course borders on the village of Rouse's Point. We're on the Hayford Road, just about a half a mile or so from Route 11. And we got 3 more golfers here. Keith just talked to John Rebidoux before, so I got Rebidoux in my mind. Keith Lobdell.
Alrighty, yep, coming up. It appears that Beekman Town's Dalton Kane has gotten on the green in 2. Have a long birdie putt coming up. Par 4 hole here on the 18th. This is a group, as we said, second group. All 3 of them shot a 93 yesterday. We have Kane, we have Saranax, Donovan Hack, and we have Plattsburgh High's Colin Wells.
And before we forget, Keith, we did get the scores of the previous groups. Maybe I ought to pass those along.
Oh yeah, so comes out with Reagan Arnold of Willsboro shot a 190. Alex Kneifel of Plattsburgh with a 194, and Chase Laterno of Northeastern Clinton with a 196.
That's for both days.
That's for both days, yep. So right there, that was Saranak's Donovan Hack chipping onto the green. And that's a big thing to chip up to that second level, because you don't, it becomes a tougher putt if you have to go up the hill. Looks like Wells is a little behind the green, off to the right. The next group is a last threesome. They're starting to make their walk. They've already hit their tee shots on 18. Wells with a chip. It's not too bad, especially given the conditions. The greens are really fast today. A lot of people are saying faster than they were yesterday. Wind's not helping too much, but the kids are playing well and doing the best they can with the conditions. So here's the long birdie putt for Kane. Gets it up onto the second level, but like I said, once it goes up that level, it just dies. So he'll have that for par. Your next group coming is Keegan Smith of Peru, Zach Churko of Saranac Lake, and Dylan Hazel of Beekmantown. As long putt comes up, ends up just short for Hack. Hack will tap that in. Now Wells. Nice putt. It faded right just at the last second. That is one thing you don't have hooking, really big hooking breaks on a lot of these holes. There's just enough that if you don't read it, it'll stay out. Now second putt and a chance for par for Kane. Good putt. Oh, lips out. And this will end there. 2 days. And with that, their round is over, and in a couple seconds we'll see the next group.
I believe Keith's telling me that it was Churko. You hear the walkie-talkie in the background where he's getting reports from the next group coming in. And we're waiting for the scores from the group that just finished prior to this group coming in. This group includes Keegan Smith, Peru, Zach Churko from Saranac Lake, and Dylan Hazel from Beekmantown. I assume that the guy in blue is the fellow from Peru. That would be Smith. And again, we're waiting. After the players finish, they have a coach going along with them. It's going to not bad. A little backspin on that one. Each team has a coach monitoring to get the accurate scores, so they're going over the scores and coming up with an agreement on what their scores for the day are. And of course, those scores that Keith gave you on the first group was for both days. Only two for some reason. trying to see if I could see what that hat said, if it was Saranac Lake. It's just Churco, so must be Hazel was unable to complete today. Trevor Bigelow was ill and unable to be here today, so that made for one less golfer than they were expecting. So this should be Smith here putting. Looks like he might be a left-hander. And set his marker. And this is Turco looking to birdie the hole. Nope. Now the best you can do is hope for par. Hey, pars. And Smith finishes up. This is the third group. We're still waiting the scores on the second group, and you see this fellow here will confer with the two golfers and come up with an agreed upon score. The last thing you want is to have a discrepancy. We don't see the first foursome. We got a foursome coming up, and of course that's why this group is so close behind her, since there are only two golfers. So allow them to come a little quicker. The next group is the first of four foursomes. 16 golfers left out there, and through the magic of television, we'll be back almost instantaneously with an update from Mr. Keith Lobdell. As the first foursome comes into view, we should point out we're sitting on the bench donated by probably by June Trombley. It's got Charlie and June Trombley on it. And Charlie is no longer with us. And right next to it is the Mrs. and Mrs. Rainey Inktail bench. You got some scores from those last five guys, Keith?
Sure. Coming in, the second group that came in was Donovan Hack, Dalton Kane, and Colin Wells. Dalton Kane.
From last group just teed off on 17.
Here we go. I'll give you these real quick. Hack finished with a 199, Kane a 194, Wells a 196, and then in our twosome, Keegan Smith finished at 182. He's presently the leader in the clubhouse, and a 199 for Zach Churko.
All right, Keith's going to be on the walkie-talkie, getting some updates.
Ben Lloyd has 170 after going into the 17th hole.
Check.
That's
Lars Kroos has 172.
rolling across the green here.
Check.
Blake Libery has 173.
Libery, check.
And Brendan Canosa has 174.
Thank you.
That's the group following this group, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Currently with this group, the low round so far looking to come in through 16 is Nick Hamill. With 2 holes left, he was at 164 from Saranac. Following him in this group, Austin Carpenter of Peru was 174 through 16. Thomas Clark of Mariah, who had a 12 on his second hole, came back to birdie 2 the third, but he's at 176. And Noah Dupee of Northeastern Clinton was shooting 184. As the golfers come into view.
I know they frequently move the hole on the green. Do you know if they left it from where it was yesterday in the holes?
I believe it was front end yesterday. So I think they moved it to the back edge. This looks a lot more like the Monday, Tuesday setup they had for practice rounds. Yesterday they had moved the tees up kind of for the kind of give all the players the advantage of playing up a little bit. For some of the longer hitters it hurt. Right there's a shot. It went short and it's going to trickle back down. I believe that was Austin Carpenter. Next to shoot looks to be sorry, I believe that'll be Nick Hamill, the lefty. He brings it up close. Thomas Clark's on the left side. And way to the right is Northeastern Clinton's Noah Dupe. I hope I'm saying that right.
Northeastern Clinton, yes.
Okay, there we go.
And Noah
See,
Dupe,
for that, it's good to have the person here who's called a lot of North Country names. So Dupe's going to try to get around here with his putter. Will do so. Maybe seems like the greens have at least 18 slower than what a lot of the greens have been doing today. That'll be Thomas Clark. This is really the first full group of people who are contending for one of the 9 spots. You had Keegan Smith who came through. As we said, he has a 182. He was one of the he was the highest scoring golfer with anything under a 140. Good putt there. That will drop. 2 putts for Dupe. Good one there. I think I just noticed that that was right. Hamill does his driving and his irons left and putts right as Clark just misses. And looking to end it out for this group is Carpenter. This has been a tricky putt all day. People don't read break, and it does. Put it. He got it. Good speed. That'll end Group 4's the 9:30 tee-off time. We'll get scores here in a moment.
And the next group is in view.
Next group is coming up. This group is, they've all got scores in the 170s leading up to here. Ben Lloyd of Northeastern Clinton is at 170. Lars Cruz of Lake Placid is at 172. Blake Liberie Westport 173. And Brandon Canoza of Peru at 174.
Okay, after this group here, we've got 2 more groups to come in, but here to update us, Mr. Lobdell.
All right, to this point right now, I think things are starting to shape up. The 9:30 group just came in, and we had leading the pack and leading in the clubhouse now is Nick Hamill of Saranac. He's got a 174, a 186 for Thomas Clark of Mariah, a 189 for Austin Carpenter of Peru, and a 195 for Noah Dupe of Northeastern Clinton. Looking at the results right now, I would say that Nick Hamill looks to be comfortably in. He started in 7th place and shot a 40 on the back, so that may help him to be one of the 9 for states. In the last group, Keegan Smith, he finished with a 182, and he's right there, probably close to that line. Just through the first 27 holes, Joe Stahl of Mariah led with a 108. Drew Mayorka was second at 114. Then Paul Feinlease 121, and the man from yesterday, Mr. Dumping It in One, Anthony Barkham, was at 124. So Barkham's still in fourth place. The only position that really changed hands, actually no positions changed hands. The top four are the top four. Nick Hamill, though, with a big charge today. I mean, a very low round, 84 for Hamill today. And with the conditions the way they are, that's impressive.
We don't feel the wind up here, Keith, but every once in a while you do get a gust, and you can see that flag's been blowing at a steady pace down there on the green.
Which actually, as you watch that flag, not to toot our own horns or anything, makes the shot that Libery just made coming off the first on his second to land it on the green that much more impressive. This is a group that is right there on the cut line. This is basically golfers 9 through 12 as Chip comes in. Oh, beautiful land. Oh, it's not going to get up on the upper shelf, though. And that was Ben Lloyd of North. Ben Lloyd through 16 was leading this group, having shot a 170 through 30 holes. 34 holes. Chipping on there is Brendan Canoza. He was actually 174 at the lower end for this group through 34. Blake Libery, who's standing there with the marker, he had a 173 with 2 holes remaining, and as we said, Lloyd was leading it. And we'll go to Lars Cruz. He had a 172 through. And Lars Cruz was actually through 9. He was in second place with a 1 over par 37, 1 shot behind Stahl. He kind of backed up in the second, while Joey Stahl hit a 2 under 34. And on the second 9 yesterday, finished with a 2 under 70. Now Lars trying to get it up the hill, and does. Believe that'll leave him with that for par.
Now since 9 will make it outside of bragging rights, does finishing number 1 over the 2-day period get you anything?
Yeah, you're the individual sectional champ at that point. Last year it was Lars's older brother Bjorn. 2 years ago it was Joey Stahl. Get there. That's a good putt. That is just high, but a very good putt by Libery. Has that coming back for par. Hopefully you can hit that. As the homer starts to come out in me. That's right. This is hometown cable. I should be a homer for Lloyd. Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're completely neutral. The only time you hear any cheering is in Shazy, and they got the guys from Shazy on the microphone. Outside of that, we're neutral.
Here's a putt here. Nice. Oh, lips out. Oh, good try for Lloyd. You have to get a little more on it to go up that hill, and that's what, when it's going to bite back on you like that. You got to get it up that hill. Now this will be an interesting putt here for Canoza, because I think, he's got to negotiate. Does so, and just short. Canoza will tap that in, I believe, for bogey. Or he'll pick up and he's going to let Lars go. Said the guy running second right now, Drew Mayorka of Lake Placid. As this putt is up, and nice putt for Cruz. Mayorka shot a 75 in the first round last year and a 76 this year, which most seasons may lead a sectional, but just Bjorn Kroos shot a 68 to lead him by 5 or whatever, and then Joe Stahl 2 years in a row under par rounds to have a big lead. Libery now for par. Good shot. These are going to be the scores that start to make this thing really interesting. Lloyd, I believe, for bogey. And hits. Now, we haven't gotten a call on the second to last group yet, so it may be in real time a little bit before they get here, as that putt is put in. Maybe a little longer by Canosa. Won't be that much time at all for everyone else, but we will now wait on the second to last, the group that teed off at 9:50.
And just for the record, we're at 225.5 right now. We're now approaching 3 p.m., so it's been a while. And this is our next to the last foursome coming in.
All right, going back before, I'm looking at the final scores. We had Brendan Canosa of Peru. I got to look at my other sheet. Sorry about that. Canosa finished... Well, I'm not even... 189 it appears. Lars Cruz finished 183. Ben Lloyd 182, and he right now, along with Keegan Smith, are watching this match with interest because they are on the verge of a playoff. At the same point, Blake Libery of Westport finished with a 186. So that would have, within 4 strokes, a good job first time out. Now we're watching this group, the penultimate group, as they come to the 18th and look to get on. We had Evan Dyke had a 164 through 16. Hunter Wilmot a 168. Kyle Seid a 170. And John Glover a 172. As they now all look to... This shot will not get up onto the second level. You got the fans. We also know the scores now of the last group. If you look back there to the 18th tee, you can see them. Joe Stahl has pulled away from the field from Mariah. He is at 137 through 16. It's an 8-shot lead for the day and a 14-shot lead overall over Drew Majorca, who's at 145. Paul Fine-Lease of Willsboro at 152. And Tony Barkham, Mr. Hole-in-One of Northeastern Clinton, at 158. That ball's hit a little hard by side. And that'll be what we call surrounding the green. I've got to say, this group's a little harder to distinguish one from another because they're not wearing as many school colors today. I believe that is Dyke. Yep, thank you. And so Wilmot's here next to Seid, and on the way back is John Glover. John Glover, last year when I was shooting pictures, he came within 6 inches of a hole-in-one last year. So now the one thing that's going to happen too is I'm going to be shooting pictures as we do this.
This one here or the next?
This one and the next one.
All right, so let's get busy. Okay, who's up first there?
Yeah, that'll be Seid looking to chip on. He had just chipped and gone from one side of the green to the other, so he'll look to approach this a little softer.
Even though he's closer than some of the guys, he's not on the green. So
yeah, and it looks like he's going to use what they called the old Kentucky wedge, use his putter as a to help get it onto the green from the fringe. Use the Kentucky wedge in the sand trap too. That's going to be, well, it rolled a little farther than you thought it would have, but still short off the club head. Now we're going to see Glover go for a long one. Got over that's the biggest first part of that, get over the the mountain, hill, whatever you want to call it. The
No.
layer, yeah, the knoll. You want to get to that second level of the green. Then once you're there, you don't want to go back down to the first level.
The first group is right on the heels of these guys.
It looks so. Yeah, they've taken their first shots. I've seen. Actually, last year at the barracks, they had a double layered tier green set up, and they put the ball like within 6 inches of the tier. So if you just missed a little, you could pay some consequences. Water was first. Having Dyke's shot there. Lefty here inside. Now it looks like Wilmot will finish out. Once again, really, these are the scores we need to know, other than for what Joey hits to be the sectional champion.
So there are 9 spots. We've got the final 8 finishing up. And a couple of these guys will not make that final 9.
May not. Once we have these scores, we'll know for sure. Looks like this last group went a little scattershot on their tees.
They're all over the place out there. At least their fans are.
Oh no. Yeah, actually, it's mostly the Gellers that are moving up, but one guy is definitely way over on the 10th fairway. Drew Mayorka's way over there.
Joey Stahl's over here. Paul Fine-Mace is behind that bush, and Anthony's on the fairway.
Okay, Keith will go get this group. And
Kyle.
all right. Nice shot. And who was the guy back there in that corner?
Where?
I just shot out of the bushes there. Out of there.
Out of that?
Yeah.
He's getting ready to hit. Drew Mayorka's getting ready to hit.
Oh, Mallorca. Now he hits. Okay. Oh, I have no idea where that one
He
went.
just rolled in the trap. Drew Mayorka.
Oh, he's in the sand trap?
Yep.
Okay.
This is Joey Stahl right here.
Stalls with a gray shirt.
Yep. And then Paul Fine-Mace. You see the cart by the bush?
Uh-huh.
In the blue shirt, that's Paul Fine-Mace.
So it looks like Fine Lease would be next or not. No. It's a stall. Alright, stall with the gray shirt. So you got a divot.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
And he's on the green. This is Fine Lease. Where'd he go? Yeah, his camera has a terrible viewer as far as So a little bit of a divot. And he's going to come up just short. So we've got 2 on the green and
One short
One.
and a blue American.
in the trap. So we assume that Mallorca will shoot first. This is the 2018 version of the Section 7 Championship. We're at the North Country Golf Club. I think it's the first time we've covered the golf sectional championship since probably around 1990. So it's been a while. But we've been told that they will be alternating in a 5-year time period. So 5 years from now, in 2023, we'll all be back here. We'll have different golfers, though. I think most of these guys will be out of high school next 5 years from now when it comes back here.
Yeah, we're still looking for scores on that one, but as of right now, looks like Paul Feinlease is getting ready to chip. Tony Barkham and Joey Stahl are on the green. Barkham wearing the red, Stahl wearing the grayish with black shorts, and Hunter Wilmot in white is getting ready to chip out of the bunker. There's Feinleise's chip. It's got to get up above, and it does. Yep, Paul Feinlease. As opposed to Paul Fine Rental.
America's in the trap.
Yep. He's going to try to walk it off here and figure out how far he wants to fly it.
Right.
I'll see if I can get that score.
All right. Keith's going to get the score from the previous foursome. All right. Now is it Barcombe? Anthony Barcombe, now famous for having a hole-in-one in yesterday's action. It comes pretty darn close on that one. Again, our viewer is really tough in the sunlight. We have to kind of find the colors of the uniforms, of the shirts, the clothes, and figure out where everybody is. All right. Okay, who's going first there? This is Mallorca. It's a little closer. Now Stahl, who was expected to be the sectional tournament champion today. Also a member of that highly successful Viking basketball team, a very important part of it, 1,000+ point scorer. Feinlease. finishing up again. Keith Lobdell getting the totals for the previous 4 finishers. And Majorca. Drew Majorca from Lake Placid. Now Anthony Barcombe from Northeastern Clinton. Ooh, just slipped that one through. Here's Stahl. Yeah, looks like there's going to be a playoff. Oh, sneeze on it.
Somebody said they can't take freshmen.
Stahl.
They're going to be at least year in.
All fine lease. These golfers will round up. And it looks like there will be a playoff for the 9th spot. So that'd be the 9th spot. And the winner will be the 9th golfer to go, and the loser would be the alternate. Former Val Milden looking on with approval.
All right, Keith Lobdell here. I got the scores for Calvin here, and the second to last group made this thing interesting. And as of right now, both Ben Lloyd and Keegan Smith are in. They are the 7th and 8th golfer, whichever way you want to put them. But there's going to be a playoff. Lars Cruz of Lake Placid will take on Evan Dyke of Beekmantown. They both finished at 183 and will now play off for the 9th spot. The other player will be the alternate. So 183 is your cut line. And just missing that was, excuse me, some 184s. I don't have them right here. Sorry about that. But we had a couple 184s and a couple 185s. So there's your scoring. Joe Stahl is your Section 7 individual champion, and that top 4 remains the same.
They are out on the course right now, so we thought we'd take a look at the scoreboard. Stahl finishing 9 strokes ahead, 147. And second was Drew Majorca. Third place is Paul Feinlease. Fourth was Anthony Barcombe. In fifth with the 174, that's Nick Hamill. And tied for sixth with the 182, we have Keegan Smith. And Ben Lloyd, tied with the 182. So the fellows with the 183, that's Side and Crows, are out there right now in a sudden victory on the 1. And if they're still tied, they'll be coming back here on the 18. So folks are coming back, and it looks like Lars Cruz from Lake Placid will be number 9, and Evan Dyke will be the alternate. Evan Dyke from Beekmantown. So that's the way it was on this May 25th, 2018. You're watching viewer-supported local television, hometown cable. We've been here since 12:30. That was our third trip here, and we're going to wrap it up here at 3:43 here on It's May 25th. Thanks for watching and supporting viewer-supported local television, hometown cable TV. We think is worthy of your support. Thank you for watching.